Hello, everyone. So, here is my review of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1. Okay, before I start this review, I would like to say if you have not, I'm going to warn you about this. If you have not seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 yet, um, even if you haven't seen all or any of it and you plan to, don't watch this video. Well, go check it out, and then come back and watch my review. The second thing I'd like to say is, uh, you may disagree with some of the things I have to say, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. So if you disagree with anything I say, just comment. If you have different thoughts, just leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so it was very obvious that, here's the thing. In my opinion, Arrow is a better show, and a lot of people will agree with me on that. But I think that Arrow is better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, if you look at the reviews, the first half it really got mixed reviews, and yeah, the first half of season 1 really did get mixed reviews. Um, Now, is that a good thing? Well, here's the thing. In my opinion, the first half of season 1 was mediocre. The second half was awesome. The second half almost felt like a completely new season. But what happens is, in the second half of season 1, we're introduced to Hydra because it's revealed in Captain America the Winter Soldier that Hydra has taken over S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's where things really get good. That really affects Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that is where the show really gets good. But season 1, nothing really happens. I mean, aside from the introduction of characters, nothing much really happens. Now, I'm just going to say the only two important things that actually happened, the only two things in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that actually happened, that actually affected the show in some way, was the pilot, because that introduced all the characters, and the episode Fitz, which was, I think, not the character Fitz, that is a character on the show, but this episode was spelled FZZT, I believe. I don't know, I haven't seen the episode in a while, and it was all capitalized. But yeah, and I didn't dislike the first half of season 1. I just didn't think it was great. As for characters going, but anyway, well, actually, let me talk about these two episodes. The pilot introduced all the characters. Fitz was an episode where one of the characters, Gemma Simmons, is actually dying, and there's a lot of suspense into it. And so that actually was something where something happens. Aside from that, there's really nothing that happens. Another complaint people had was that there weren't enough comic book characters. Some people were hoping for other Avengers, and in the first half of season 1, the only the only comic book character that's introduced before the mid-season finale was Graviton, and he didn't even become Graviton. He was just Franklin Hall throughout the entire episode. Um, and it would have been really cool if he became Graviton, but he didn't. Um, and I kind of agree with that. I mean, here's the thing. I'm wondering if they're eventually going to make an Avengers movie, maybe Avengers 3 or 4. Definitely not Avengers Age of Ultron. Where maybe, because there's a rumor that Avengers 3 will be a crossover between the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that they'll have to fight Thanos. Um, Perhaps Avengers 4 will be a crossover between Avengers and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If there is an Avengers 4, that would be pretty interesting. But, yeah. So I think they didn't have to introduce Avengers, but they should have introduced more characters. Now, in the second half of season 1, they actually have more comic book characters. They have Deathlock, and they also have Sith. So that was pretty cool. And I can't remember, there was one other villain. I can't remember which one it was, but there was one other comic book villain that was in the second half of season 1 towards the end. Um, Luckily, there will be a season 2, which is good. Hopefully, it gets better. Hopefully, it improves. Now, as for the characters, I don't. Here's the thing. Most of the characters I loved. Some of them I had a couple problems with. First off, Ward. I didn't hate Ward. I thought overall he was a pretty cool character. But throughout the first half of season 1, there were times when Ward could be just a really boring character. I'm sorry, but he just was boring. Now I didn't hate him. I could feel bad for him. And that's the thing. The only character I absolutely hated, and I could not stand was Sky. And if you look at the reviews, a lot of critics agree with me. Sky is just annoying. But overall, I think my favorite character is May, Melinda May. She's like a ninja. She's awesome. As you can see right there on the screen right now, she's kicking butt. But she was awesome. Obviously, Coulson's there. The whole reason the show was made was because of him. Fitzsimmons, I could really care for them. Yeah, I thought they were good characters. In that one Fitz episode I talked about, I could care for her. But the thing about Sky is, and the only advantage I think the first half of season 1 has over the second half is even though Sky is annoying in both halves of of the season, the thing is Sky is the most annoying in the first half of the season. Uh, well, I mean in the second half, because they expand her role, and you shouldn't be expanding the role of a character we don't care about. It's just not. It's just not right. But overall, it was pretty good. Now, season 2 is going to come out. Hopefully, Sky will be better. Also, oh, one thing. Ward's character improves in the second half of season 2. Ward is actually, it turns out he's actually a part of, spoiler, he's actually a part of Hydra. And after by the way, if you're trending hashtag Ward is good, please stop, because you're just making him another boring character. If you actually care about Marvel and actually care about the show, you would actually want him to be bad. I freaking loved Ward as a villain, and I seriously hope they keep him bad, because he was just freaking, I just loved him. I just, and the character development they gave him between Agent Garrett and Ward was just awesome. Uh, Also, guys, please stop shipping Sky Ward. Sky Ward has no chemistry whatsoever. Like 0%. I don't know how so many people are shipping that. When it's so bland, when it's such a bland relationship and there's no chemistry whatsoever, and I think they tried having Sky Ward throughout the first half of season 1, and there really was no chemistry whatsoever. And yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. So season 2 is set to come out in September. Yeah. So, oh, one more thing. Apparently, Agent Triplet is replacing Ward, at least for now. Um, that's what it looks like, at least. I like the guy, but I wish they had a little bit more character development. I just wanted to say that about him. Anton Triplet, that's his name. Um, I just hope he has more character development. But yeah, that's all I have to say. So, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I don't think I really need to give it a rating. But yeah, so bye guys. And by the way, soon I will be doing my reviews for Guardians of the Galaxy. X-Men, the Wolverine, and X-Men Days of Future Past. So, see you later, guys. Bye.